Hello folks, welcome to another video, and get the drinks out of the way. I don't know what that thing is that's chirping up in the tree. It was in one of my other trees all summer last year, and every time I would come out here and make a video, you would hear that chirping. See, and then there's another one that does that kind of chirping. I don't know if it's a bird. It's probably an insect because it migrates from tree to tree. It was in my neighbor's yard, and it slowly, came over towards, now he's in my yard. And it's way high up in the tree. I tried spraying water up there to get it to go away. I think that's a cicada. Alright. It's got to be a flying bug of some sort. Here, it sounds like a frog to me, but it's up in the tree, like way up in the tree. I know that, hey, this is Texas, man. We ain't got no tree frog. It's not South America. Right, so speaking of South America, I will be smoking CAO Columbia, and this is my last stick. And I finally got around to ordering more cigars, and it has been like almost 2 years since I've ordered any cigar. So my stash is getting low. So I finally decided, okay, let's order some sticks to replenish. So you'll be hearing that chirping throughout the video in the background. Yeah, it is a V cut, and I was using my Zycar V cutter, and I guess the cigar was either a little bit dry and it cracked the head. Yeah, the draw's like really smooth draw. The humidor that I had this in was sitting around 61%. So I put some more, of course I have crystals in there. I put some more distilled water onto the crystal. I checked today, this was a few days ago. I checked today, it was up to like 67%. Yeah, this cigar is a bit drier than yeah, so I got cicada that's chirping. This weird frog bug that's like non-stop chirping in the tree. Now if I go over and throw like a rock or something up in the tree, it will stop. And I tried spraying water to get it to stop chirping, maybe to get it to go away. It seems like my yard. So anyways, in recent news, of course, here in Texas, we had that incident down in Austin where the Black Lives Matter protester, he wasn't protesting against Black Lives Matter. He was a member of Black Lives Matter, or he was paid by them anyways. So he was out protesting, and I finally got around to watching the video. So the video is somebody standing in the corner of an intersection in downtown Austin, and it shows all these white folks who are Black Lives Matter protesters and probably on the payroll of Black Lives Matter. I heard someone mentioned that they're paying these folks something like $15 an hour, which isn't bad for just going and walking around the street for a couple hours. Why? Yeah, I got chunks of it falling, chunks of the chipped parts are falling off into my mouth. So in the video, they're going through this intersection, and there was already a car that was parked at the intersection when they come up on it, but they're crossing the intersection and the intersection that's opposite of the person filming, and you hear this car, rolling up, and you hear him honking his horn. And hey, the guy has every right to honk his horn. technically you're in the path of the car. So after you hear the horn honking, you hear about 4 to 5 shots, and those are from the dead guy. He shoots first. I don't know if he's shooting and he has a rifle, I guess an AR style rifle. Because the person filming, as soon as the shooting starts, they fall down. You see them running. They get behind some cover, which takes about 2 seconds. Then about 2 seconds later, you hear 3 shots, which is from the guy in the car. So yes, the guy in the blue car was arrested. Now arrested and actually being charged is 2 different things. From what I read, or from what I've been told, a lot of times if you are involved in a defensive shooting, a lot of times you will be arrested anyways by the police until they get their investigation done. And then in this case, they found that that it was a defensive shooting, and he was released. And of course, this is a white guy shooting a white guy. So the guy's girlfriend, which happens to be a black girl, she finds out this guy got released, and she got a bunch of her BLM buddies together, and they're out protesting for this white guy, which makes no sense. He's not black. He's not black, and he wasn't killed by a cop. He was killed by another white guy. So yes, so it didn't. And yes, this incident did make national news. I'm assuming as soon as the MSN, such as CNN, MSNBC, CBS, as soon as they found out, hey, it was a white guy that shot a white guy, it's like, okay, let's wrap it up, And you can definitely, listening to the video, you can definitely tell the difference, because the guy who's dead has a rifle. When he shoots, the report is a lot louder than the guy. 3 shots you heard about 2 seconds later is from the guy in the car, and of course he's shooting with a handgun. Now the thing with Texas is that about one out of 3 Texans have a concealed carry license. So if you're going to go up to someone's car, oh, these damn bugs. I think what I'll do tomorrow is maybe, I don't know. Yeah, because I got a cicada that keeps chirping, and I got this unknown bug that's in the tree that chirps all night long. It's like this thing's got a lung, or it might be a bug like a cricket that rubs his leg or his wings together. It's probably what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna get a flashlight and go check it out and see what the hell is going on over there. So anyways, yeah, so the guy, we don't know if he fired warning shots or if he's just a bad shot. But either way, he fired first. The guy fired in retaliation. Of course, he hit his mark, and now this guy's dead. Now supposedly the guy's a vet, and that doesn't matter. If you go around carrying a gun and you're pointing it at people and shooting at people, and you get shot back at and killed, it's your fault. And supposedly Trump finally caught coronavirus, and of course he's taking hydroxychloroquine, and these damn bugs. And if you And if you check, Trump's doing fine. He's not hospitalized. He's not on oxygen. He's not in the ER. These damn bugs. I guess that's part of summer. Having bugs chirp in your ear while you're outside. Clear my throat. Yeah, it's not a bad cigar. It is a mild cigar, so it's not a light cigar. It is a mild cigar. The gauge is about 65, which is a little bit bigger than what I would like. Oh, dog just went in. Enjoy the sound of the bugs. Yeah, and there's a house gecko right there. Yeah, and I don't, I don't bother with the house gecko. I let him. I think there's a family of them that crawls. They mainly stay outside. Every now and then I'll see like one of the little dinky ones that's like an inch or so inside the house, and I kind of just nudge at them to go find a crevice somewhere and crawl into it. But they mainly stay outside, eat the bugs outside. And yes, and of course we have in the news those so when you got reputable doctors who are coming forth and saying, hey, hydroxychloroquine works, we treated 10,000 patients and it's worked. Now of course if you have if you have conditions already like if you're asthmatic, if you're diabetic, or if you got heart disease or something, then yeah, you might need something more than hydroxychloroquine. If you're 70, 80 years old, then yeah, you might need something a little bit more than hydroxychloroquine. You may need some antiviral to go along with it. But other than that, the rest of us, healthy adults, healthy children and teenagers, if you get coronavirus, all you need is hydroxychloroquine, and you're good. Now, of course, the MSN, big tech, are blocking all of these doctors. You've had doctors in China that come out and say, hey, hydroxychloroquine work. You got doctors over in Asia, you have doctors in Europe, and you got doctors here in the US who are coming out, and they're all being blocked. Now, of course, the one doctor that they're not blocking is that one crazy female doctor down in Houston that supports Trump, and she supports hydroxychloroquine. But then they're attacking her, saying, well, this doctor has come out and said that there's alien. These damn bugs, man. Oh, there's the dog. Hey, go find whatever's chirping and eat it, dog. Yeah, okay. And of course, she has a. I guess they're saying in the past she said that there's been alien DNA mixed with human DNA and things like that. And of course, they're not censoring her; they're letting her talk. But these other doctors who, don't talk about alien DNA cloning and stuff like that. No, they're censoring those doctors. Crazy things like that. And I guess in political news, it looks like Joe Biden is finally going to choose Kamala Harris. And of course, to the Democrats, their thing is that it's got to be a black woman. It can't be anybody else. It's got to be a black woman. So out of the slew of choices that they got, they're going with Kamala Harris, who is a black woman, but she is of Caribbean heritage. She's not a black American. Her heritage is from the Caribbean. Both her father and mother are from the Caribbean. And there are photos of her where, if the lighting, if the exposure is set to high, she looks like a white lady. I mean, she's you know, she's don't think of the word. I guess blacks call them red bone or high yellow. You know, she's high yellow to the point that she looks white. You know, depending on the picture she takes, depending on the exposure. And of course, a lot of people are like, well, you know, if Biden chooses Michelle Obama, you know, she is his best chance of even coming close to winning. And my thing is that, you know, you know, you know, the one smoke's getting in my eye. She's not going to. She's not going to. Even if he chooses, she's probably going to turn him down. You know, she's not like Hillary. I'm calling her she. I know a lot of people call her a tranny, and yes, and I've watched those videos where there's the bulge in the crotch area, which of course makes you kind of question, you know, what is down there. Because to my knowledge, women don't have a bulge down there. It's pretty smooth. So yeah, so in my opinion, even if Biden does go and ask, hey Michelle, you want to be my running mate, she's probably going to turn him down. Because the two choices were that they have was Karen Bass, who's also a congresswoman from California, and you got Kamala Harris, who's a senator from California. Yeah, the bug finally shut up. Maybe because the dog's out there. So, oh shit, the dog's out. Not a bad cigar. And of course, the reason I title my videos the cigar name is you know, so the YouTube bots don't and of course I don't get many views anyways, but you know, I'm trying to keep out of the YouTube bots radar. Yeah, and a lot of YouTubers doing the same though. They're huh, some bird activity. Maybe a bird got that bug. You know, they're titling. You know, they're titling their videos to where, you know, it's you know, it's spelt a little bit different, or they're just, you know, titled something completely different. Yeah, so back to the Austin case. Of course, like I said, the guy was found innocent. It's a defensive shooting, and all I gotta say is, hey, Texas is one less, you know, white liberal. So I guess one good thing came out of that. And of course, we got Joe Rogan, who you know, I think a few months ago he was talking about he wants to move to Texas. Well, he finally did. Because the guy's got money, so he you know, he can move anywhere he wants. He could have moved to New York. So he moves to Austin. So not just here in Texas. So he moves to Austin. My thing is that you know, we don't need more liberals here in Austin. Texas is pretty close to 50-50. You know. Red blue, so it could flip either way. It could flip blue, or it could stay red. You know, we got there's something like 10,000 a month. At one point, it was something like 10,000 a month people moving into just the North Texas area, not just Texas. It's just the Dallas-Fort Worth area. At one point, we had something like 10,000 people a month were moving in, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them were from California. Heck, he could have gone up north to Oregon. I mean, Oregon is beautiful. Went to go, you know, We went there a couple of times. A few times was a business trip. And I was like, hey man, I was like, hey, I want to go back and visit. Well, it's not a business trip, but I can actually take time to go. Of course, if you go, there's that outside of Portland, which is where all the rioting is right now. I think about 15-minute drive outside of Portland, there's that I guess famous waterfall that everybody goes checks out, which I went to check that out. Went out to the Shining restaurant up in Mount. What's that mountain? I forget the name, but yeah, just that restaurant's in the Shining. Is up in the mountains. It's Mount something. Check that out. Drove to the coast to the check out those I guess the what's called a lot of photos where it shows the beach and has those rocks that's out. That's just a little bit from the coast. That these I guess outcrops of rocks that's coming out of the water. Found that beach and just check out, took some pictures. And that was pretty much it. Now the drive there was about, of course, because I stayed in Portland and then drove out there. It's about a good hour's drive from Portland to the coast, maybe a little bit longer. I don't remember. It's been years since I've been back. I wanted to go check out some of their national parks, but again, I didn't have time. So, okay, gotta go back. That's at Mount Rainier. So yeah, so that restaurant's up in Mount Rainier. There's a I guess when you go up, there's a certain turn you got to take, and yes, there's the road up to that restaurant is windy and twisty. There's no barricade on the side on the side it drops off, so you kind of got to drive carefully. And it is a ski lodge with a restaurant, I guess is what it is. And they use that as the outside for the Shining. Now the inside they use of course set. Of course, when I got up there, it was cold, even though it was I think it was during the springtime when I went. It was cold. I took pictures. It's like, I'm out, man. It's cold up here. But I was wearing shorts and t-shirts. I'm going back down. And of course, here in Texas, Austin, where the liberals like to congregate. Now they've always been down in Houston, but Austin is pretty. It's got a lot of rolling. It's got a lot of rolling hills, a lot of cliffs. You got neighborhoods that's built up on these cliffs, up on these rolling hills. You got this. I think it's the Trinity that runs through Austin. No, Trinity doesn't. I don't know. It's some river. It's a pretty nice river that runs through the south side of the downtown Austin. So, yeah, been down there a few times. Drove through downtown, checked out the parks. That's on the other side of the river, south of downtown. And of course, I went there before all the rioting. Of course, they had their homeless. They're there. This is when was at a Starbucks, and the homeless guy came in and started kicking everything down. And of course, this is before the lockdown. So I'm standing there in line. This homeless guy come in, and he's trying to use the restroom. And the manager told him, "Hey, we let you use the restroom last time." And I guess he blew it up or whatever. And she was like, nope. And there was a female manager, and she's like, nope, you can't. Guy throws a fit, and he starts kicking things over. He kicks a wicker basket over and hits me in the shin. And she's like, you okay? You okay? I was like, I'm fine, man. I'm not hurt. And we left. Me and my wife, we were like, okay, we're out of here, man. Let's yeah, we got got out, went to our parked at some parking lot, and of course that was before we left. We do take weekend trips, and I normally like to leave a little later when it gets dark. For some, I forgot what it's called, where the darn it, man, taking the band off, and it got stuck to the wrapper. And it's not just myself, there's a lot of people are affected by it. It's like if on a long distance trip, during the daytime, so you got the sun shining down, sun in your eyes, it makes you sleepy. So normally when we go on trips, where we drive, I'll normally want to leave when it's when it's about the sun is already just gone down. Summertime. Normally we do it on summer trips. So normally after 8 or 9 is when we'll leave. So that's when the sun's down, and I can actually stay awake. I have my a can of either Monster drink or a Red Bull or something, and a snack or two, and I'm good. We'll make it all the way back to Dallas. Speaking of shaving, I want, and I'll close it on this. I guess I want to make a trip out to, I think it's Boonville, Arkansas. That's where Sterling's at, and of course it's probably gonna be a weekend trip. Definitely rent a hotel. Go check out their new store. Of course, probably won't do it anytime soon with this lockdown. Luckily, Sterling is still in business because I believe the bulk of their business is mail order. So yeah, and what's worse is that they've just opened like they move out of, I guess, their smaller storefront, and they just opened like a bigger. They moved into like a bigger store, and then all of this lockdown hit. So that's one, I guess, weekend. Yeah, that's definitely a weekend trip. You can drive up there on a Friday, spend the night, go check them out during Saturday, and then drive back Saturday evening. I don't know if the neighbors are still out this late at night. So I did finally order some more cigars, and they should be in the next few days. I didn't order any more CAOs. I ordered some Gurkha, some more Diesel. Ordered a Java Red. I like the Java Red. The only one of the Java line I don't like is the mint. I don't mind mint, if it's candy, if it's a breath mint, but not in my cigar. I think the Java Mint is probably their least purchased cigar, because I saw they even had it on sale on the website that I use. I'm like, well, if no one likes it, maybe they should change it to like something else. Maybe come up with like a triple mint, I don't know, or a less mint. Yeah, hopefully it comes in, and I'll have more cigars to go through. But yeah, my stash is getting pretty low. I'm down to like the last 2 or 3 of each of my cigars that I bought about a year and a half ago. Yeah, I don't smoke much, probably once, if at all, per week, and it's usually on like a weekend smoke, or if it's a weekday smoke. I'm leaning on the arm of the chair here. Shouldn't be doing that. It's a bad habit. So that's it. I do thanks for watching. Enjoy your smoke, and don't get sick. And if you do, take your hydroxychloroquine. Don't listen to the Dems. And that's it. I guess I'm pretty much caught up on all of my videos. So I'll get this video edited, uploaded, and I'll be caught up. And thanks for watching.